Welcome to Simple Local Life, everyone. It's Jen, and I am back at Earth Angels Home Care here at their office in Bridgewater, and really excited to have with me again this morning Tamara Ballard. How are you, Tamara?
Great, Jennifer. How are you today?
I'm good. Yeah. Tamara survived our last live, and they made her come back on. She did great, and I'm really happy to have her back with us today, talking about a really important topic that I know a lot of people have dealt with or are dealing with, and I'm just really interested and excited to learn more about this. So Tamara, you're the client care manager here at Earth Angels Home Care.
Yes.
And this morning, or I guess it's lunchtime now, isn't it? The day's flying. This afternoon, we wanted to spend a little bit of time talking to you guys about your positive approach to care that you guys have here at Earth Angels Home Care, and in particular, how that works in dealing with people living with dementia.
Living with dementia,
Yeah.
yes.
So what is the positive approach to care when it comes to dementia?
So it's a trademark that was developed by Teepa Snow. Now,
Okay.
Teepa Snow is a well-renowned international trainer in dementia care. She's one of the world leading experts in dementia care.
Okay.
And she's been working with people living with dementia in a variety of settings for over 40 years now.
Oh, wow.
And so she has come up with the two trademarks. One is the positive approach to care,
Okay.
and the other one is hand under hand.
Okay.
And it really gives you the tools and techniques to work with somebody living with dementia.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are kind of philosophies, and it's like a training then that you guys have. The positive approach to care. What kind of things does that encompass? I know you said that we're going to talk about the hand over hand, but just the whole. What is sort of some of the philosophy behind it?
So the philosophy behind the positive approach to care is really looking at working with somebody living with dementia, and we know that dementia robs you of your skill and other things as well.
Yeah.
But it really pinpoints that you're working with somebody and not doing to them.
Okay.
And also, building on what skills they have remaining,
Okay.
and just forgetting about what's already lost, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I am really curious about this. It's hand over hand.
Hand under
Hand under hand.
Yes.
This approach, and I know you're going to show me what that looks like, and I think it's going to be really helpful. Tamara showed me before we came on here, and just going through it, I could just see and feel the difference that makes just in dealing with people. So do you want to we're just going to do a little demonstration.
Sure.
We're just going to take a step back so you guys can see us. I think everyone will be able to see us here. And if you guys have any questions about this positive approach to care, or any of your own questions, if you have a loved one living with dementia, then by all means ask or send me a message afterwards. So hand under hand. So do you just want to talk us through that?
Well, first and foremost, Jennifer, I'd like to talk about just the positive approach to care.
Okay,
so
sure.
Typically when we introduce ourselves to somebody,
Yes.
You're getting right into somebody's personal space.
Yes.
And we typically will do a handshake to greet somebody.
Sure.
So if you're working with somebody living with dementia and I hang on to your hand, what's the first thing you want to do here?
I just want to end this shaking.
Get
on with it. Yeah.
How does that feel?
Well,
you kind of want to
kinda
let
wanna
go.
You do want to let go after a time.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So positive approach to care really gives you the tools to kind of get your visual so that the person living with dementia can see you first. So you kind of, hi, Jennifer.
Yes.
It's Tamara.
Hi, Tamara.
How are you? And I'm going to slip just into my hand under hand here. So I'm supporting Jennifer now, and I'm going to kind of step to the side so that Jennifer doesn't feel like she's trapped. She can still see my face.
Yes.
And I have her supported here. Okay? So Jennifer, if I were to come to you and just say, I'm going to comb your hair, how did that make you feel?
It's startling.
It's a bit startling.
It is, yeah.
But if I came to you and said, hey, Jennifer, let's comb your hair, and I supported you in doing that. So I'm doing with, not to.
Oh my gosh.
And it's giving that closed connection, that closed circuit to give you the sense that you're in control and you're doing this to yourself.
I'm telling you. It's powerful just to even having your hand under mine and just that support. You feel supported. I didn't feel at all. Like you said, a typical handshake is, you know, after time you can almost feel uncomfortable, and even the hair and the stroking, it was definitely, I could see and even feel just the difference in that and your closeness to me, but like you said, the space, so you don't feel sort of threatened or sort of that you're in my personal space.
Exactly. So if I'm in front of you,
yes,
it's kind of confrontational.
Yeah.
Stepping to the side, it's
Yeah.
kind of supportive. It gives you a way out, right?
Oh my gosh, those simple little techniques and that the body language and the support, it really is something. I'd encourage you to call them and learn more about it if you're interested in it, because it just, those few little things I can see. As you said, she demonstrated, you know, your traditional greeting and just her even grabbing my hair or just going at it, but such a difference when you have my hand with yours and going through that motion, and just the communication is just...
Well, it's not only communication, but it's communicating visually,
yes,
verbally, and before you even touch. So, you know, you want to make sure you get that visual so that somebody is seeing you to get, and you speak to them before you get into their personal space. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are trained, then you guys are trained in this technique, in Teepa Snow's technique, this
Yes.
positive approach to care.
Yes, so Teepa Snow does a lot of training worldwide.
Yes.
So I'm an independent trainer in this, and I'm an independent coach. So I spent a lot of time and a lot of hours with Teepa, which can be a little overwhelming, but it's great learning.
Wonderful.
And she really get you to learn the techniques and know your stuff before she puts you out there to be independent and certified.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
So then the caregivers that you guys here at Earth Angels, they are trained in this technique then as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we I guess this is where we separate ourselves from other agencies out there, because we do have the Teepa Snow positive approach to care, and it's mandatory that our caregivers are trained in that positive approach to care before they go in with anybody living with dementia.
What a difference that would make. I can feel it, and I know I've had a lot of friends and family who've dealt with these situations, and it can be really it can be a real struggle and real challenge day to day, and just knowing that caregivers are trained in this sort of approach, just the name of it, just that positive approach. I mean, it can be a really challenging time for family members. So I can only imagine what a difference that makes for your caregivers to be trained in this. Have you seen a difference with your caregivers?
I have, and I have had caregivers come to me and say that, you know, the techniques and tools that I have at hand when somebody living with dementia is going through their moments and accusing somebody of stealing something, and it gives them the tools and techniques how to work with that person immediately in that time, in that space, and in that time.
Oh, wow.
To bring that person back.
Wow. Well, that is those are some of the struggles you hear about, and sometimes that can escalate so quickly.
Absolutely.
And be really a painful time for family members to go through. So I'm just it's really inspiring, and just it just sounds like such a great alternative. And how to, like you said, how did you describe that at the beginning, that you're working with them?
So you're working with them, not doing to them.
Right, working with them, not doing to them. Heather says, what a wonderful approach. I hadn't heard of it before. Makes so much sense. It does, doesn't it, Heather? It really does. But, oh, well, that's great. So all the caregivers here then are trained with this approach then before they go out and start working with your clients.
With clients living with dementia. The other piece to that, Jennifer, is we're so impacted, and the caregivers are so impacted at the profound difference it has made in the caregiving client connection, that we're looking at come January of doing some community workshops around the positive approach to care.
Oh my gosh, I love that idea, and what a need I bet there is for that. Because, like I said, a lot of families are kind of some of them are dealing with it on their own, trying to keep their loved one in their home. Obviously, that's where you guys would come in as well.
Yes.
But community workshops, I think that would be a great, just in that whole approach. I mean, really, dealing with anyone, but I can see the difference this must make. So I love that idea. Well, you'll have to keep us up to date on that.
Yes. coming to a community
Yeah.
near you.
Okay, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the
Yeah.
new year for that. Well,
Yeah.
that sounds wonderful. Any other sort of things you wanted to mention about the positive approach to care?
As I said, it really does make a profound difference in, interacting with somebody living with dementia. Teepa is just an international guru and well-renowned, and just her philosophy around working with people living with dementia in their various stages is just, it's profound.
And I think too, reading a little bit about Teepa and the work that she does, I think it's just encouraging to know that even if you do have a loved one living with dementia, that there is this sort of approach to it, which to me is just different than what you typically hear of or the kind of struggles people can face. So it feels encouraging to know that this is out here and that you guys are trained in this and that your caregivers are trained in it. Nikki says a positive approach has helped me so much dealing with her clients. So she must be one of your caregivers.
Yes.
So well, that's great, Nikki.
Yeah.
I'm glad then. It's really nice to see that the caregivers who are out working with the clients can see the difference this makes. It's really something. I was so interested to hear more, and I'm just so encouraged by this. So.
Yeah, and again, it's building on the skills that the client living with dementia have remaining, and building on those skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would that look like? Like, could you describe just so if a client on the skills that they have, could you just give me a little?
So, if for instance, if I said, Jennifer, comb your hair, and the part of your brain that is processing doesn't understand the words that I'm saying.
Right.
If I'm coming to you and pointing to the hairbrush.
Right.
And picking that brush up with you.
Okay.
So I'm building on, you do have some remaining skills. You do have, instead of, Jennifer, you can't comb your hair anymore. Let me do it for you, right?
And that's what you see, or that's what you see, or that's kind of the approach I've always seen is, let me know you can't do that.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to do that, or.
So you're doing with.
You're doing with.
Not to.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah.
Heather's also asked, are you seeing an increase in dementia? I was wondering this as well, as the baby boomers get older.
Absolutely. I think the last statistics were around 17,000 Nova Scotians living with dementia. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
17,000, and our population is, of course, aging, and wow, that's a staggering number.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys have any more questions about this, or if you're interested in learning more about this positive approach, then by all means, sorry, I'm reading all the comments as they're coming. Then by all means, send a message, or I would encourage you to call Earth Angels here in Bridgewater. Call their office if you'd like to set up an appointment to talk to someone, and keep your eyes out for some of those community workshops that are coming in the new year. And I know Earth Angels themselves are on there watching, and the greatest risk factor for dementia is the increasing age. Yes, with an aging province, and that's not going away.
No,
it's
not going away anytime soon.
Our numbers are just going to increase, I think, as time goes.
Yes.
Well, I have learned so much through this, and I feel so encouraged and just hopeful about for everyone who's dealing with this, or just to have the information for when you might need it, or if you're looking for that sort of different approach when it comes to home care. Earth Angels Home Care trained, all their caregivers trained in this positive approach to care when it comes to people living with dementia.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Tamara. This was really, really helpful, and I really enjoyed our chat today.
Yes.
And I can't wait for the next one. I'm learning so much here, and just feeling really encouraged, and so glad you guys are here in our community.
Great.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for all the feedback and questions. And if you have any more questions, just send them along, and
Call us at the office.
Yeah, call at the office, or we'll get Tamara or someone here to answer those for you. Thank you guys. Thanks again, Tamara.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.